everyone, this is Strange Developer here again, and welcome again to my channel. One of the questions I've been asked sometimes by people, how does a dev's life look like? Um, how do we work? What is the nature of our job? How life for us look like versus how life looks like to the, let's say, someone who's just working in an office in a bank and doing paperwork, 9 to 5 kind of thing. And this is maybe a video in which I will give you an idea about how a full-time developer life look like, or let's say close enough, because it can be quite subjective opinion, I think. So developers have a slightly different way of doing things. We are not expected actually to be fully um, engaged or working 9 to 5 kind of thing, because what really matters, it really matters more how innovative and creative you are, how hard you try to make things better, versus how many paperwork did you finish or what did you do during this period of time. However, you are still expected to produce a certain amount of work, or let's say code, within a certain period of time, of course, depending on the type of workload or how much work is actually available for you at that point in time. One of the things that happen quite often is that you might have some quiet periods in which there is not much to do and you're doing some small things, and there will be like some times when there are like big projects and you're being pushed or asked to do more, and you have to finish a lot of work within a short period of time. However, the beauty of my job as a developer is the fact that whether or not I work from 9 to 5 or 5 to 10 p.m. really doesn't matter. What matters is mostly delivery, whether or not you are delivering what you are supposed to deliver within, let's say, at an agreed upon deadline or due date. And this is one of the things I like about it, because you're not expected to be in the office. As you know, we have all like some busy lives, so you could be, for example, you need to do some errands, you need to take care of your loved ones, you have to walk your dog, you need to call your grandma or call your parents who could be living in another town or something like that. And this is the beauty of working as a developer, is that we have usually in almost all companies there is something called flexi time, in which you do not really need to be working 9 to 5, but rather you need to be available, for example, on specific times during crucial meetings, or you're required or expected to be available during, let's say, uh, reviews or something like that. How I personally spend most of my time, I would say I'm quite workaholic to some extent, because I'm not only just doing my job, I'm doing my job and doing a couple of projects aside of my job. Also working on this beautiful channel that gave me the opportunity to actually be able to talk to you on YouTube or on whatever platform that this video will be uploaded to, not necessarily only YouTube. Well, basically YouTube was quite popular for so many years, so I remember 10 years ago, the only thing we knew was YouTube, versus now you have all kind of platforms. You have YouTube, Vimeo, Rumbles, and so many others. So and many creators are now seeking into diversification. So just good to know that it's not only YouTube. So we could be actually on different platforms, different places, which is always a good thing. But anyways, Getting back to the topic, basically, um, for me, for example, I like to exercise, do some sports. Once I'm done with sports, checking my emails first in the morning, doing some code reviews, helping my teammates, attending any urgent tasks, and then for the rest of the time, I'll be working on actual development or coding, so to speak, usually. There could be like some times in which you are working on something, but you're missing some piece of information. So you'd have to pause and ask the person, ask that person like what about some information that will help you or enable you to continue the job. So these things are normal; they quite happen. It's normal for these things to happen. So one of the things, and I know this is maybe a bit off the topic, but one of the things that I find kind of exciting, or let's say about this kind of job, is that it's not only about coding. Coding is only part of the job because it's really about also understanding the requirements, understanding what people want or expect from you, and then you implement or do what is being asked for or required by the business or by the company. So the being a developer, you need to be quite flexible. From time to time, you will have to shift. The goals will change. You need to be able to adapt quickly and change your perspective on things. And this is something I enjoy about this kind of work because you have the opportunity to do different kind of things and versus doing the same thing every day, which to be honest, I personally don't like routine. I like to do different things depending on the situation. So it's really fun thing to be a developer. This is if you enjoy being a developer, if you love technology, if you love coding, and this is how you see your life 10 years from now or 20 years from now. I would definitely say this is a job that I personally enjoy, and I don't see any kind of thing that made me feel unhappy. I did work before in different sectors, and I felt that I really couldn't find myself until I became a developer. It was even only being a developer gave me what I was looking for, which is a certain level of freedom, innovation, creativity. You're able to think, solve problems, make interesting solutions. When I say solutions, it could be an app, a program, or you're simply adding a new feature, something that kind of gives you some sort of value or gives the business some sort of value. So I know that there are maybe this is just a glimpse of how my life looks like. Of course, during weekends or when I have some, when let's say I'm on vacation or stuff like that, developers tend to burn out from time to time. And this is because of sometimes we have really intense periods and we have calm periods. One of some of the hobbies that I enjoy doing um, when I'm cooling down is doing some photography, um, taking photos, going around the cities or going to parks and taking some nice photos, and also writing. I really enjoy writing about different topics. Um, it could be a journal or it could be some blog about certain things. This is of course including technology because I'm also because I also write about coding, best practices, and so on and so forth, which is something I am really dedicated to. So, how this is generally speaking how our life looks like. Um, but really, it's like you could find people who are a bit more rigorous than me when it comes to their profession. So you'll find people who are spending limitless hours practicing on lead code or solving coding challenges, going to hackathons, which I also do. I attend hackathons from time to time and I enjoy doing that. Hackathons give you the possibility to not only connect with others, but also it gives you the possibility to explore your limits, understand your weaknesses, and what can you do to move forward and get things done within a short period of time, which is a very valuable skill that any company really would love to see in a developer. Let me know what questions you may have, or if you are a developer yourself, how does your life look like? And you can add it in the comment section, and yeah, I'll be happy, to hear more about it. Do not forget about my courses. I am offering courses on Udemy. You can find these courses in the description. If you're interested in learning some things such as natural language processing or AI, you would like to learn about how to create some Telegram bots, or you're interested in learning about some coding practices specifically in Java, feel free, to check out the description where you can find more information. And do not forget to use the coupon code that I have added in the description, StrangeDev, to get a massive discount. So you will get the course at a ridiculously low price, maybe even cheaper than even the amount of money you'd spend on some fancy watch or a fancy shoes or whatever. And also, but the benefits and the amount of knowledge and experience you get from those courses is enormous and really massive. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll talk to you on the next one.